Want the computer to present, or do you use your computer to present?
I'm gonna use, well, I needed to be on the board too, because I submitted the
Yeah.
slideshow,
Okay,
and then I'm just gonna read off my computer.
that's fine.
And then it's a video in there too. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot how long you said it was supposed to be. But the
If you
video is
cover
like
10 or 12
minutes.
minutes,
You said, huh?
if you cover 10 to 12 minutes, that's why I said put a video, because people are scared
Oh,
of
dang.
presentations.
I thought you said like 5. Come on.
So usually people present for 5 and then the video is like
Okay.
5.
All right, that's fine. Because I
You'll
just
get- you'll-
talk short.
Yeah. Most people, like, this is your first one, and as a group, it's 23 minutes.
You said a group? Oh,
That's practice too. That's the other class. Like, just learning to speak in front of people as a social worker is such a big thing. It's scary. Oh, if you send it to me, is it like a.
It's like a PDF.
Right, and then I think from your iPhone, you can just click on it and sign it.
yeah, because I'm not even sure if mine's going to, because I did it off the campus. And I thought I sent it to you to where you can open it, but I don't really know too much about that, so hopefully you can.
Let's try it. So it is in here.
Yeah.
My blind ass can't see. I'm blind.
Okay, yeah. You're right.
And then download.
Now, I linked the video in there too, so hopefully that pops right now if we click it.
Yeah, we could even copy paste it too.
Okay.
Sometimes links want to work and sometimes they don't. Oh yeah, I see that. If not, maybe even just send a link to it. Ooh, oh, yeah, I was carrying stuff and it's right here. And I think if I stretch, it'll go away.
See, I can't type on
Do you want to send it to me? Oh, and have it converted to Word? Because they do give us the ownership of PDF. Oh,
Like, why do they make this into PDFs instead of just giving it to where I can just type?
it's hard, and it is a big thing about being a social worker too, is like handling documents and paperwork and all that. It's a pain in the ass. But once you get it down, that will make you the best. Because see how I own, if you email it to me, I should just be able to open it. Okay. Because that is right here. No. How do I get new mail? New messages. There. And then, they do that weird shit. I hate that. Downloads. I don't know when Central started doing that.
I miss when everything was paper.
Is it this? That's so weird. Like, why do they make it so hard? And then you got to sign in, and then you got to click it. So just one of you is doing your presentation today. Save as, let's do this. Open as a PDF, open in preview, and let me think about this. What was the other option? Print, save as a PDF.
Yeah.
I just wanted to start. I feel scared. I have to take it. I hope we don't have to cave.
Oh, look at this. Now you do it in mail, and then you go convert, Word, convert.
That's a lot.
It is. It is.
All I just see is you click so much stuff out.
Uh-huh. And that, like, I only know it as a social worker because more than half of social work is
How long do the paper have to be?
that one's usually 6 to 8. What do you want me to call this? Call it that?
Well, I put it, I just put full affairs and presentation.
Okay. And then if I reply to you, here we go again. Hit reply, all, attach, in a Word document. It's all about document management, which is such a pain. See, now I don't even have it. Recents? BV? There you go. Boom, done. Okay. And we opened yours. Okay. And I got a chair here, but I can't move it because I'm crippled. So if you want to, if it can slide around, you got it here. Yeah.
Oh, I have to click it on there.
I can click it if you want me to.
Sure, that's fine.
I can be the clicker. Anybody else presenting today?
I want to.
Okay.
It's on the same thing.
PTSD?
Yes, literally.
That's okay. I mean, you're not going to have the exact same presentation. That would look pretty bad, but I guess you could try. Like, no, I didn't copy hers.
Right. So mine is post-traumatic stress disorder. So you can click that.
Oh,
Which can also be called PTSD. So post-traumatic stress disorder is a psychiatric condition that may occur in people who have experienced or witnessed a traumatic event. An individual may often experience a certain event or events as emotionally or physically harmful or life-threatening. And then here is a video that shows the warning signs of PTSD. So you should be able to click on it.
if not, you could try to send it.
Did I let you click it?
Let's do warning sign of PTSD. That should pop up. Is it this one?
Yeah, the first one.
Okay.
Let's talk about vasculitis and how it affects your
What the hell is
kidneys.
that?
Vasculitis is a group of diseases that all
I know,
cause
maybe I
inflammation
have-
of the blood vessels, like
maybe I have.
arteries, veins, and capillaries.
Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, can happen to anyone who experiences or sees a traumatic event unfold. When these events happen, your emotions trigger changes in your brain that leave a lasting impression on how you feel, how you respond to those feelings, and how you move through the world around you. Here are 4 common signs of PTSD. 1. Avoidance. Having PTSD is a lot like being on autopilot. As much as you try to navigate life's daily obstacles, you might find yourself avoiding people, places, situations, and events that trigger your feelings or remind you of your original trauma. This happens because your brain wants to keep your body safe. For example, if you've been in a car accident and feel anxious about getting behind the wheel, you may choose to walk or take public transportation instead. 2. Being on edge. Sometimes, if you have PTSD, you may feel differently about things you used to love or enjoy doing, especially if it causes you to recall your original trauma. And these feelings of anxiety can surface unexpectedly and without warning. For instance, if you were robbed on a sunny afternoon, warm weather days might cause anxiety and discomfort. 3. Negative thoughts and feelings. Sadness, anger, and distrust are all heavy, difficult emotions to manage on our own. Add in the constant reminder of a traumatic event, and it's no wonder why many people with PTSD may turn to substance use or other harmful mechanisms to drown out the pain. While these coping strategies may help in the short run, they can perpetuate a vicious cycle of negative emotions and intrusive thoughts. 4. Retriggering trauma. There's no time limit on trauma, and healing isn't linear. PTSD can flare up weeks, months, or even years later, and it can happen in the form of flashbacks, nightmares, or intrusive thoughts that you can't shake off. For example, if a loved one died unexpectedly, but years later you hear a song that reminds you of them, you may re-experience the emotions and physical symptoms associated with grief, anxiety, and sadness. It's important to remember that you are not alone in your battle with PTSD, and you're not defined by the trauma that has happened to you. If you experience any of these warning signs or you're concerned for your mental health, talk to your healthcare provider about possible treatments for PTSD.
That was Cleveland Clinic.
Alright, and then some PTSD triggers that I wanted to highlight on was abuse. And that's all forms of abuse, such as physical, sexual, and emotional abuse, can be seen as a traumatic experience. War and combat. And a lot of people think when you say PTSD, all they think about is war, but you can get PTSD from a whole bunch of other things. But war and combat is essential exposures individuals to life-threatening events, which can lead to long-lasting changes in how their brain processes stress and emotions. Medical illness. Medical illness can involve fear, pain, a loss of control, and a shattered sense of safety. So that's basically just like, say if you go to the doctor's office and they're like, oh, you have cancer. That can cause like a sense of like a traumatic experience, which can also trigger PTSD, because then it's like you could be scared to go to any other doctor's office, even if it's just like a checkup. And then a serious accident, which can be seen as a traumatic event as well. It can open up someone's ability to cope. So if you get in a car accident and it was bad, whether you got hurt, injured bad, or someone else did, that can cause you to feel you don't want to be in a car no more. You may not even want to take any type of transportation, like car-wise and train-wise, because you got hurt in that event or somebody else did. And then the next slide. So this is just something saying that you can live with post-traumatic stress disorder, because some people feel like when you get diagnosed with that or something like that happens, that you can't live because anything can trigger you and you could be triggered anywhere. But you definitely can live with it. It's just all about how you cope and what mechanisms you use. And then the next slide. And then how can social workers help? So my first one was support groups. It helps reduce isolation and provide a sense of community, offering a space to share experiences with others who understand. With PTSD, it kind of feels like if you speak to someone else who doesn't really have that diagnosis or doesn't actually understand how you are feeling, and they could feel like you're just basically talking to a wall, because how can I talk to you about my problems if you have not experienced it at all? So going to a support group where people actually feel and going through the same thing as you can be very helpful. Psychotherapy, so it helps provide a safe place to process traumatic memories, challenges, negative thoughts, and learn coping skills. So that basically just is where you're going through what basically triggers you and learn how to cope with it when you're having that trigger. Then coping mechanisms, it helps provide strategies to manage symptoms, restore a sense of safety and control, and improve grounding techniques. The coping mechanisms, when you're going through it, how do you continue to go through it? So like, of course your trigger is going to happen, but how can you overcome this? So yes, say if you were walking one day and the ground collapsed and you fell into a hole, kind of crazy, but whatever. So you fall into that hole, so then now it's going to be scared for you to continue to walk. So when you're having that trigger, what is something that you can do right in that moment to overcome it instead of completely breaking down? And then knowledge of resources. It helps by restoring sense of security, providing helpful tools for managing feelings. So this basically just means knowing that you're not alone and there's people you can reach out to help you with this. And knowing those resources is very crucial in this because say if you're having just a day where it's just like, I can't move, I can't do any of this. So just having someone you can either call or talk to is very good to know, or any event you can do to have to as well. But that is my presentation on PTSD. So yeah. But yeah.
I can pay it.
It's okay.
Thank you. Any questions? Anybody need a snickerdoodle cookie? The spider's trying to get it. Spiders are getting in it. There we go. No, I picked the wrong one. Is it in this one or a different one?
I'm having trouble uploading that.
Oh, okay. Hi. Do you have a plug? You can plug it in.
Yeah, that's probably.
Okay. For this one, the honors project, just enough to get the info across. I'll send you the grant. It's for $500,000. I'll send you the grant we're working on about food deserts.
So we left TD.
We just don't know.
You said the what?
Food deserts. I'll send you the grant we're going to apply for.
The grant?
Okay,
We're going to apply at Central.
It's plugged in.
Is it not working?
I don't know why it's not. I did mine off of Google Slides, so I don't know.
You could always use this one if you have to.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why.
It's okay.
I was gonna read it off my computer.
Are you able to email it?
Let me see if I can email it.
'Cause then I can do
What's the, do you do a Google email or?
either way, Jonathan Trapp at Gmail. JONATHAN Okay. Did those send you? No, I'm not able to see it.
Okay, I just sent it.
Okay. Yeah, we applied for $500,000 with this one, if it wants to work. I can. Do you wanna, are you able to send it?
like send it back to you?
Mm-hmm. Because I think I have to do it in e-signature. All right, let's see if And it's TRAUTH. I don't know if that's the one you sent it to. JONATHA.
Yeah, this is the one, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know why it's not. That's
It's
weird.
probably in here somewhere. Let's do it this way. Gmail. It might be quicker to go here. Our internet could suck right now.
Yeah.
Or do they ever send it to junk?
It might be. I don't know.
Trash.
Oh, it's in the
Is that
trash.
it?
Yeah, it's
That's
in the trash.
annoying, yeah.
That's weird.
Let's see if it lets me open it. There we go. Hey. All right.
Okay, so I did my presentation on PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder. So what is PTSD? PTSD is a mental health condition that occurs after a traumatic event. The main causes is military combat, accidents, abuse, disasters, or sudden loss. PTSD affects thoughts, emotions, and behavior. That's the next slide. Yeah. And I had a video. I don't know if it's-
Let's put it right here. And go.
Many of us will experience some kind of trauma during our lifetime. Sometimes we escape with no long-term effects, but for millions of us, those experiences linger, causing symptoms like flashbacks, nightmares, and negative thoughts that interfere with everyday life. This phenomenon, called post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, isn't a personal failing. Rather, it's a treatable malfunction of certain biological mechanisms that allow us to cope with dangerous experiences. To understand PTSD, we first need to understand how the brain processes a wide range of ordeals, including the death of a loved one, domestic violence, injury or illness, abuse, rape, war, car accidents, and natural disasters. These events can bring on feelings of danger and helplessness, which activate the brain's alarm system, known as the fight, flight, freeze response. When this alarm sounds, the hypothalamic, pituitary, and adrenal systems, known as the HPA axis, work together to send signals to the autonomic nervous system. That's the network that communicates with adrenal glands and internal organs to help regulate functions like heart rate, digestion, and respiration. These signals start a chemical cascade that floods the body with several different stress hormones, causing physiological changes that prepare the body to defend itself. Our heart rate speeds up, breathing quickens, and muscles tense. Even after a crisis is over, escalated levels of stress hormones may last for days, contributing to jittery feelings, nightmares, and other symptoms. For most people, these experiences disappear within a few days to 2 weeks as their hormone levels stabilize. But a small percentage of those who experience trauma have persistent problems, sometimes vanishing temporarily, only to resurface months later. We don't completely understand what's happening in the brain, but one theory is that the stress hormone cortisol may be continuously activating the fight, flight, freeze response while reducing overall brain functioning, leading to a number of negative symptoms. These symptoms often fall into 4 categories: intrusive thoughts like dreams and flashbacks, avoiding reminders of the trauma, negative thoughts and feelings like fear, anger, and guilt, and reactive symptoms like irritability and difficulty sleeping. Not everyone has all these symptoms or experiences them to the same extent and intensity. When problems last more than a month, PTSD is often diagnosed. Genetics, ongoing overwhelming stress, and many risk factors like pre-existing mental illnesses or lack of emotional support likely play a role in determining who will experience PTSD. But the underlying cause is still a medical mystery. A major challenge of coping with PTSD is sensitivity to triggers. physical and emotional stimuli that the brain associates with the original trauma. These can be everyday sensations that aren't inherently dangerous, but prompt powerful physical and emotional reactions. For example, the smell of a campfire could evoke the memory of being trapped in a burning house. For someone with PTSD, that memory activates the same neurochemical cascade as the original event. That then stirs up the same feelings of panic and helplessness, as if they're experiencing the trauma all over again. Trying to avoid these triggers, which are sometimes unpredictable, can lead to isolation. That can leave people feeling invalidated, ignored, or misunderstood, like a pause button has been pushed on their lives while the rest of the world continues around them. But there are options. If you think you might be suffering from PTSD, the first step is an evaluation with a mental health professional who can direct you towards the many resources available. Psychotherapy can be very effective for PTSD, helping patients better understand their triggers. And certain medications can make symptoms more manageable, as can self-care practices like mindfulness and regular exercise. What if you notice signs of PTSD in a friend or family member? Social support, acceptance, and empathy are key to helping in recovery. Let them know you believe their account of what they're experiencing, and that you don't blame them for their reactions. If they're open to it, encourage them to seek evaluation and treatment. PTSD has been called the hidden wound because it comes without outward physical signs. But even if it is an invisible disorder, it doesn't have to be a silent one. Mental health conditions impact millions of people around the world, yet are often misunderstood. Check out this playlist to get informed.
Okay. How is PTSD diagnosed? PTSD is diagnosed by mental health professionals such as psychologists or licensed therapists. The person must have experienced something very traumatic, and the symptoms must last over a month and cause major distress. Next slide. What are the common symptoms? Flashbacks and nightmares, feeling detached or numb, anger, guilt, or shame, or avoiding reminders of trauma. Next slide. Some risk factors: experiencing repeated or severe trauma like abuse or violence, lack of support after trauma from friends or family, personal or family history of mental illness such as depression or anxiety, childhood trauma, growing up in a stressful or toxic environment. Um, Effects of PTSD: depression and anxiety, trouble sleeping, substance use, using alcohol or drugs to numb the pain, relationship problems, hard to trust others, isolation, physical health problems, headaches, and high blood pressure. Um, Impact on daily life. It's hard to focus in school or work, avoiding people or places, feeling unsafe or alert, always scanning crowds or feeling tense, emotional ups and downs. Uh, how social workers help. They provide emotional support, listen without judgment, and help clients feel safe opening up. Connect clients to therapy, refer them to counselors for professional help, teach coping skills, show people how to manage flashbacks, anxiety, or anger, support families, educate loved ones on how to understand and care for someone with PTSD. Um, and my conclusion is PTSD can be treated with therapy, support, and healthy coping skills. Talking with a professional person helps people work through trauma and learn ways to manage stress and fear. Support from friends, family, or social worker makes recovery easier. Healing takes time, but with patience and care, people can regain control of their lives and feel peace again. And this is my resources. That's it.
Okay. Any questions? I always like to see if our links are working. So, yeah, so whatever you guys presented with, if you can turn that in, then it'll prompt me to grade it. That's all. Even if it's just a link. So I had a PowerPoint presentation called Children and Trauma. And the training was on how trauma nowadays is diagnosable, not just in, like, say, a military veteran. Problem might be finding it with that many files. Let's see, there we go. Let's see. So as this is the only one that's popping up the quickest, I'm going to go ahead with this one. I've got so many files. So, like, one common job in social work is doing child care and foster care. Some of the research has shown trauma can interfere with all aspects of a child's functioning, especially when he or she experiences repeated or multiple losses, maltreatment, exposure to frightening situations, or trauma. Other children are growing emotionally. A child is coping with trauma, is distracted from normal developmental tasks. So they get way behind quickly. So children who experience loss or maltreatment and other trauma, they might be delayed, they could be depressed, they might have families, problems with regulating emotion, fearful, trouble concentrating in school. So because of that, they will give them an ADHD diagnosis a lot, and it's not even ADHD. That's why I wanted to get the other PowerPoint. If I find it, I'll show you guys Thursday. They might be sensitive to unfairness. They're tentative in trusting others. They might show aggression or blame themselves for any difficulties. Especially during their first 3 years, children who receive consistent, responsive caregiving develop trust, which research has shown linked to brain development, the ability to have secure attachments and manage their emotions in the future. But loss or rejection by a caregiver or multiple caregivers can damage a child and lead to an insecure attachment. So these children become easily distressed. They're difficult to soothe. They both want comfort and are angry with their caregiver. So it could be confusing for sure. The experience of trauma represents for a children of loss of the developmentally appropriate expectation that their parents will protect them from harm. Young kids rely on their parents for the consolidation of their sense of self, which is established through modulation of emotion and interpersonal relationships, which are disrupted when a child lives in chronic circumstances of traumatic stress. So, as you can see, I'm going to actually send this to you guys. Oh, did I already lose it? It's probably now popped up as a new one. Yep, there it is. So only in the past 15 years have they let us diagnose trauma with kids. It was limited to veterans for a while. So I will send that. Did we have any other presentations today? Or are you guys going the next time? Which is fine.
Next time.
That's fine. So let me give you that PowerPoint on children in trauma, and then has anybody taken Karen's class yet?
Taking that right now.
1 and 2?
Whichever one is the social welfare policy.
Okay, so she's doing policy. She also teaches the UPP program.
And a child and family services.
Yeah. So she'll recruit you. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
She'll be like, you'd make a really good intern for Child and Family Services. And it is paid. So, like, if you did need something that would pay you $5 or $10 grand when you graduate, that is an option. Because not too many internships pay. I didn't get paid for anything. I got mileage, which was not much money at all. So, let me see if I can sign your thing now, too. Is that it? Nope, that was it. Oh, it can download as a PDF. Did you sign it?
Yeah, I just put my name.
Did you?
Yeah.
Let me see. Do you need to edit it or something, you're saying? Right here?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Because this one, look at this, it's fancy. You go like this. I think you have to own PDF, and Central does have that as a, there we go. I think, oh shoot, did it just pop up? One more signature? That's weird.
How do you get that?
I think you have to own PDF, in all honesty. I think that's what it is. So, isn't that crazy though? Is there any other places we need to sign? I'm going to act like, there we go. Oh, I can delete it. Yay. So then from there you do file, save as, maybe in Dropbox. Signed K. Dropbox. There we go. Anybody else have honors projects? Or you guys got everything done? Ooh. I already feel like I lost it. But let us reattach it. This. So a lot of social work is dealing with files and converting them and signing them. Oh, see if this works. Tell me if you get it now, and then you can forward it. So that's part of why the application is a pain in the ass for you guys, probably too.
That's why. It's so hard to type it. The lines be like I can't type on.
Do you have it in Word? Because I did send it to you all in Word
Yeah.
too.
What, the application? Yeah, I got it.
It's a lot of work. So, and
Like a lot.
part of social work is just dealing with these files. And I'm guessing it's hard if you don't have a good computer that owns Word on it. Would that be true? So if you want to print it, that's okay. And then you can scan it. You guys know what app gives you free scans? If you handwrite it, it's called the Dropbox app. You get 2 gigs of free storage. And
Cause I did start, I did print mine out and I would start to just write.
right.
And then when I came across one page and like for the questions, it said this must be 12 times. Or 12, 5 times the norm. So I'm like, there's no point in me even writing this if it's gotta be typed.
You could type it on a separate Word document and just attach it separate. That's what a lot of people do. So it's totally up to you. Whatever is most efficient to just get it done. So that way, does anybody need help with it at all?
Just any recommendation. I have like 10 hours.
Either me or Dr. Jackson or Dr. Help. Karen can do it too if you want Karen
Do
to.
I have to print it out? 'Cause I think I submitted mine with no recommendation, but I filled it out in the journal.
With Karen, you might want to print it out. You could ask Dr. Jackson or Dr. Gifty a separate one. Like she could probably do it electronic. It's totally up to you. But yeah, you can submit multiple files. Anybody going to UC this weekend? How's that coming along? Is that easy to?
They sent an email. Basically.
Okay. That is a lot of emails. I don't know if I created UC weekend 3 times. Is it Saturday? Oh, I guess there is a lot of them. I wonder why it multiplies. That's funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess there is 5 of them. I'm going to do my darndest to make it, and so is Gifty. That should do it. Well, I'm going to give you all time to work on your stuff, and then whoever wants to present Thursday can. And that's all we got for today. Unless if you had any questions or wanted me to help.
You know when like the latest to turn in